What up, everybody? What up, everybody? What up, everybody? It's April Dawn. What up, everybody? It's April Dawn. Everybody, let's talk about it. What up, everybody? It's April Dawn. Let's talk about it. This is The Chi, Season 3, Episode 4. All right, y'all. Let's just talk for a second, okay? So, The Chi... It's not that it's a bad show. It's not that, I don't like it. It's just that I wish that they would have tied up some of the plot holes that are gaping, okay, this season. I feel like we're on 4 episodes. I feel like we're 4 episodes in and we don't know anything about the baby, what happened with Tiffany. We don't know if they decided to have an abortion or if she had a miscarriage. Now we know that she doesn't want to get pregnant again, but we don't know what happened to the other child. So I wish they would touch on that. I wish they would have touched on it. I think I read somewhere that they was going to touch on it, but at this point, I don't even care that much no more. You know what I mean? They should have did it already. Brandon, we never knew how Brandon died. We don't know what happened. We don't know why it happened. We don't know anything. Okay, they didn't even say, well, damn, that's messed up. He got shot on the street. You know what I mean? Like, they didn't even tie that up. We don't know anything about him. He had his funeral and his character is gone, and that's it. We don't know about the case with Duda. What happened with Duda? You know what I mean? Like, what happened with that whole situation? They were starting a case. Nothing happened. We just forgot about that storyline. We're not going to say anything about it. Okay, so like there's storylines and there's some more I'm forgetting. I know. And the thing they did with Maisha and Kevin, like my viewer last week, you said that, and I agree with you, that they did Maisha wrong just hooking her up with Papa because they both pudgy. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like, that could have happened, but you didn't give us nothing to make it happen. At the end of last season, Kevin and Maisha was holding hands, and they was good. You know what I mean? She was encouraging him to go to the new school. Is it because he went to the new school that they lost touch? Did they fall out? They seem to be friendly, and why is it okay? Did he even really like her? Because why is it okay for his homeboy to date her? Or what happened to make all of this okay? I want to know, okay? So I feel like it's hard for me to engage into this season for real because of all the holes that we have from the past. And it's annoying my spirit, okay? So I'm just going to tell y'all that now. You can go ahead and skip out of this if you want to get straight to the review. So let's go ahead and get into this review. Okay, we start off the episode with Keisha in her room. She's stretching and look like she's getting ready to go run. And Dre comes in there and tells her to turn down the music. And we see their little, spat between them. Of course, you can't tell me nothing. You're not my mama. Well, I pay half the bills up here, so I can tell you to turn this music down. I know that. And so when Keisha bends over, Dre sees that she has a tattoo on her back. And she says something to her about it. And then Keisha tried to be all nice. I'm sorry about the music. Are you going to tell my mom? And she was like, it's not my job to snitch on you, to your mom or whatever. And she was like, is that a yes or is that a no? See, that's one thing that would have made me say, you know what, I'm going to go ahead and tell your mama because you're not going to talk to me crazy. Now, I just said I wasn't going to tell on you and you hollering at me. Keisha is disrespectful, like straight up, okay? I ain't, at first I was like, well, maybe they got now. Keisha disrespectful. Keisha like, whatever, man, because she says, well, you need to tell your mama before I have to tell her. And so she like, whatever. She put her ear pods on and she get ready to walk out the door and she almost get hit by a car because she can't, she ain't paying attention. And then Dre wakes up and we can see that it's a dream. When Dre wakes up, she hears some music, the same music that she heard in her dream, and she jumps up thinking that Keisha might be there, but she finds Nina in her room cleaning up her clothes, telling her that she's getting ready for when Keisha comes home, that the room will be nice. And she's like, well, do you know something I don't know? And she's like, no, but you speak this into your life. If you think you speak what you think will happen, what you want to happen, and maybe it will happen for you. And so she was like talking about the private investigator. So apparently they've hired somebody. And she says, yeah, I talked to him. He needs $5,000 more. And Dre is like, damn, every time we talk to him, he needs more money. He probably just scamming them. You know what I'm saying? Getting all this money out of them. And Nina is very discouraged. She starts to cry. And, Dre tells her, listen, we're going to find out what happened. Trust me, somebody's going to come forward eventually with something that's going to help us out. Then we see Ronnie. Ronnie has been tracking this guy. He's been following him, and now he knows where he lives. So he waits for the man to leave. This is the man he saw at the vigil, and he breaks into his house. And when he breaks into his house, he calls Keisha's name. He calls out for her. She's not there, but he does find some pictures of some underage girls, and the man and Ronnie screenshots those pictures. Kevin and the boys are at the Kevin and the boys are at the pizza place. They're working, you know, they just walking around talking. They kind of talking about politics and, you know, Perry running for mayor. And, you know, they has this other woman running for mayor, which is interesting because we all know that Chicago's mayor is a black lesbian woman. And so now we have a black lesbian woman that's running for mayor on this show. And they talk about her. And you know, Jake got some opinions. He done formed some opinions like she's, you know, she's not who she say she is, basically. And they talking about her suit, talking about she got drip and, you know, this, that, and the other. Papa said he like to stay informed. Even though he can't vote, he still like to know what's going on in the world. Okay, I was like, that's what I'm talking about, Papa. Stay up, stay up. So as they're doing all this stuff in the shop, they talk about Gemma too. Gemma is the girl that goes to the school with Jake and Kevin, and Jake calls her a bitch like twice. The first time Kevin was like, call her a bitch one more time and knock you upside your head. And when they talked about her again, he pushed Jake and was like, do not call her no bitch. And Papa was like, I gotta meet Gemma because any girl that can come in between y'all, hey, y'all arguing like this, she gotta be something special. Now I'm gonna tell y'all my prediction for Gemma, Kevin, and Jake a little later on, okay? But that's what happens for right now. So some guys come into the shop and they looking at the little tip jar with Keisha's picture on it, and they're like, man, they ain't found this bitch yet. They still looking for her, man. Some crazy dude probably done chopped her up already. And Kevin punches the one dude and is like, yo, that's my sister. You know, they drag him out of there, and I was like, that's what I'm talking about. Kev ain't no bitch, okay? One thing Kevin is not is a punk, okay? So another guy walks up and is like, stay up, bro. You know, he put some money in there. And so I'm like, damn, Kevin is really, ooh, I feel so bad for him. I feel so bad for him. Just to mention, Kevin also did talk about a little date, you know, that he was trying to figure out where he was going to take the girl, and he was going to take her to the Civil Rights Museum. They had an exhibit on like music and art during the Civil Rights period, and he wanted to take her. So that was what they got in a little fight over, FYI. We'll be there a little later. So then we see Emmett talking to his stupid ass daddy, okay, giving bad advice, talking about him and Tiffany. Apparently him and Tiffany haven't been, you know, having relations, hot, steamy relations. Okay, they haven't been having that for like a month, and he's like, I don't know what the deal is. And they're like, well, you doing what you need to do, like you paying attention to her, you know, you're doing what you need to do for her, you know what I'm saying? And he was like, I mean, yeah, but you know, I've never had to do nothing extra to get none or whatever. And he was like, you know, we are older, basically. Your needs change when you get older. Like, don't get me wrong, I'm a grown woman, and I love to have, I enjoy, you know what I'm saying, having relations, but it takes more to get me into it than it did when I was in my 20s, okay? So, like, it takes, you know, a little work, sir, for you to get into it. So, y'all been doing it. What's been going on? And so she complained about this, she complained about that or whatever. And he was like, well, do you think she cheating on you? And he was like, I mean, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Like, she ain't cheating on me. Because when he said he wasn't cheating on her, he was like, well, nigga, you don't get no brownie points. I mean, you don't get no brownie points for not cheating. You know you're not supposed to cheat. So you don't get no brownie points for doing what you're supposed to do, sir. The daddy done put in his mind that he think that that Tiffany is cheating on him because she a Scorpio. I'm like, oh my God. So he like, you need to look through her phone right now. They sound like two girls up there talking. That's really what they sound like, two women sitting up there talking. So now you got Emmett second guessing himself. Then we see Tiffany rolling up to a customer's house. This customer is, I don't know, is his name Corey Hardwick or something like that? This is Tamara's husband, okay? So, or Tia's husband. It's Tia's husband. Yeah, this Tia's husband. So, in real life. And he's, you know, hitting on her the whole time. You know, he asking about her man, why she don't put him on Instagram. And, you know what I'm saying, is he hitting it right? And, well, I heard he doing his thing at night at Sonny's. And he got a fine-ass girl up in there making food with him. And whoop the whoop. And, you know, she kind of like playing it off a little bit. But she's selling him his weed. She's very professional with it. And he letting her know, listen, you know, she asked him, well, is he hitting it right? And she like, you know, what we have is deeper than that. And he was like, well, let me know if you ever need some good D, you know, holla at me. I'm here. You know where to find it. So he'll be around when they get in an argument, I'm sure. Now we see that Ronnie has made his way to Dre's house. So, in Dre and Nina's house. So he comes to the house. Of course, Dre won't open the door all the way, but she talking to him and he's telling her, listen, I got some information about Keisha. The guy, I saw this creepy guy at a vigil and I knew him. And, you know, I knew he was in jail for, or I looked him up and he was a sex offender and he went to jail for messing with little girls or whatever. So she was like, you think Keisha at his house? And she was like, I don't know, but I think we need to go talk to him. And she was like, why don't we call the police? He was like, no, don't call the police, because if you call the police, he's going to cover his tracks or whatever. So we need to talk to him. And so she was like, well, damn, you know, he was like, I know I'm not much, but you know, this is all I got. And she was like, why you so invested? And he was like, because I want to prove to my grandmother that, you know, basically he not no trash nigga before he died. Like, he's good for something. He's worth something. You know what I mean? Like, he trying the best he can, that type of situation. So, you know, she agrees, and they go over to the guy's house, and they hem his ass up, okay? They put him on the car, ask him, do we know where Keisha is? He like, he don't know what they talking about. And Dre shows him the pictures like, we're gonna go to the police if you don't tell us what's up. And so he tells her he delete his browser history every day. He kind of fight them off or whatever, pushes Ronnie to the ground or kicks Ronnie in the nuts or something like that, and jumps in the car and drives off. So we got our eye on this guy. He real suspicious. Something ain't right. Something going on. Now we see the entrance of Mr. Perry's wife, none other than Candy Burris from the Housewives of Atlanta. We don't know her name on this show yet, but she walks through the office. She sashays on through, honey. And when she gets to Mr. Perry's office, they like, ma'am, you need an appointment. She was like, I don't need no appointment. I'm his wife. And she walked through the door and she's like, long time no see, baby. I was like, they gave Candy the worst lines on this show. Like, they gave her a cool 5 lines. I was like, she's supposed to be? Never mind. I'm gonna be quiet. But we'll see what her character brings to the table, because it didn't bring nothing in this episode. Not nothing. Now we're at a fundraiser with Kevin and his mom for the school. So the school is using them like little, you know, guinea pigs to go ahead and put out to the people and say, you know, show bunnies. That's a better word, to put out to the people to say, hey, these are the young black disadvantaged kids that your money has helped go to this school. And the guy's like, man, I feel good knowing that I contributed to this man being the best that he can be. And Nina was quick to let them know he would have been the best that he could be with or without this school. Okay, let's get it together. Well, you know, he could grow up to be a young Ben Carson, and he was like, let's hope not. Okay, let's hope that doesn't happen. Okay? Well, the white people, they don't know what to do, child. They like in shock. They like, okay, we just gonna move around. Okay, move around. And so what happens when they're coming in is that Kevin and Nina are talking about, she's like, you gonna let me meet Gemma? He like, how you know about Gemma? Well, I went through your phone. Well, damn, you was in my phone. It's my phone. I pay the bills. It's my phone. So he was like, I want her to earn it. You know what I'm saying? I don't want her to just meet you. She got to earn it or whatever. So I thought that little moment between them was super cute. So Nina and Gemma meet by accident. You know, they end up talking to each other. And, you know, you can tell that Nina really likes Gemma, because Gemma is very, you know, pro-black for her people. She talking about the white people don't know what to do. They don't know how to act. They don't know if they want to hug us or shake our hand, child. They don't know. They ain't never even been around no black people like this. They don't know what to do. And so Nina's like, I like her. And Kevin is like, I like her too. So Mama like, excuse me, let me step out the way, okay? So Kevin asked Gemma out on the date, and I like the way she made him speak proper English and asked her out the right way and told him don't be mannish, okay? Asked her out the right way. She kind of got on my nerves just a little bit, but you know, I was like, okay, girl. So she tell him that, you know, she gonna meet him at the museum. They're gonna go on their little date. It was really cute. And then later on, we see Gemma talking to Jake. Jake is looking at her father, and he's saying, well, damn, why everybody paying attention to your daddy? And she was like, because he rich. Like, he got money. You know what I'm saying? That's why. And Jake is like, okay, well, he got money. I got somebody that your daddy needs to meet. And so he brings him over and introduces him to Mr. Perry. And Mr. Perry then goes into this diatribe, and they be having the kids, you know, with the little flies on their face on the, you know, Save Our Children commercial. He just got his head down looking pitiful. And, you know, Mr. Perry is going on and on about how he was an inner city child, and you know, instead of looking for somebody to take him, he decided to be that person because his brother got lost to the streets. His mom is fighting for her life on, you know, in rehab. So, you know, all of this extra drama. Now I'm gonna tell you what I think about Gemma, Jake, and Kevin. I think that Gemma is gonna come between these two boys, because Jake, they made sure to let us know several times how Jake feels about this girl, because he feels like she thinks she better than them. When really she is super pro-black. She don't think she know better than them. She want everybody to succeed. She want us to look good. She's, you know what I mean? I think that they're gonna end up liking each other. I'm just gonna say that. I think that Jake is gonna turn and he gonna like Gemma, and it's gonna be a problem. It's gonna be a little children love triangle. That's what I think is gonna happen. Only because they've gone out their way. In every episode that we've seen her in, Jake has called her a bitch or called her stuck up like 3, 4, 5 times. Okay, so at this point, you talking about the little girl because you think she cute, okay, and you think she don't like you because you think she too good. You know what I'm saying? So something's gonna come back around with Miss Gemma. Now we down to the church with Papa, and you know, everybody preaching and they're carrying on and all of this stuff at the church. And then the pastor comes up and says, okay, we got a person that's gonna talk to you. This is the woman who is running for mayor of Chicago, and we see that that is none other than Lena Waithe, the person who writes and produced this show, right? And directs the show, created this show. So Lena Waithe gets up there to talk, and she gives this speech about, you being able to play outside and your neighbors being able to discipline you. That's the Chicago that she knows, and she's supposed to talk about this, this, and this, but she want to talk about this, this, and this, and and why is this, and why Inglewood is that, and why, she had a good little speech. It brought me. I was like, okay, I can see why people would like her, and her suit was fly. Okay, I just want to say that Lena Waithe looked really good now that she done cut her hair. It looks good, but anywho. She looked fly in her suit, and people wasn't receiving her at first. But, after a while, people started to be like, oh, okay, I hear her. I hear what she's talking about. Okay. So she kind of won me over and won some people over. Now, after church was over, Papa see her handing some money to his dad, and he's like, why are you paying her? Or why she paying you, Daddy? And he like, you need to stay out of grown people business. So it's something else going on with this lady too. Maybe Jake was right about her. I'm not sure, honey. I don't know. Then we see Kevin and his mom. They're at a diner having some food after they've been to this function, because Kevin is like, damn, this food tastes so much better than that white people food. I laughed. Nina asked Kevin, has she told Gemma about his sister? And he says he just don't want people feeling sorry for him. No, he haven't told her. And she was like, I understand that. And so they kind of lean on each other and they comfort each other in that moment. I thought that was really sweet. Then we also see Ronnie again. He's eating out of the dumpster. Oh, y'all, he done got to the point where he eating food out the dumpster. Like, I just felt so bad for him. Like, I ain't gonna lie, he get on my nerves, but I just be feeling so bad for, like, I don't think nobody should have to eat no food out no dumpster. I just don't, it's just horrible. Like, I don't know, y'all, I couldn't take it. While he's in there, he sees like a weapon, I guess, or like something you could slide in somebody's door or car, or, you know what I mean? A box cutter, something like that. And he puts it with him. So, cause he gonna need some protection eventually. So, hopefully he don't go stab nobody to death with it, child. We gonna pray, okay? And then we see Emma and Tiffany in counseling, and this storyline between them, I don't really care about. I'm just gonna be honest with y'all. I don't care about Emma and Tiffany, not at all. But they talking about the relationship, what's going on. Obviously, he brings up the fact that he think that she might be cheating, and she like, you've been talking to your damn daddy. I already know what's up. I'm not like you. I don't do that. What you be doing? Okay, I don't do that. And so he's like, well, damn, what you want me to do? I just want to have sex. Arguing about that kind of stuff. Like, help her out, wash the dishes. You know what I'm saying? Take care of the baby. Do what you need to do, and then maybe you can get some. They also talk about vasectomies. Like, he should get a vasectomy, because she says she's not having sex with him because she doesn't want to get pregnant again. And he was like, well, why don't you get your tubes tied? She's like, well, why don't you get a vasectomy? You the one who have all these kids out here. You the one is fertile. So get a vasectomy. That way you can't make no more babies and you're good. Kevin and Gemma, they go on their date, and it's really cute. They're looking at a Nina Simone exhibit, and Gemma expresses how she's upset that Mississippi something wasn't featured, and the album they featured was something else, because Mississippi, whatever that album is supposed to be gritty, I guess, more, more about what this whole thing is supposed to represent. And she's like, they're making her more palatable for a white audience, and I'm gonna complain about it, because Kevin is like, you should say something. And so she goes over to the man. He a guard, child. He don't know what these people doing. Okay, he just trying to get his paycheck. And she telling him she's gonna write a letter to the such and such person who owns this, because she's upset about the whitewashing of this da-da-da-da-da-da-da. And she get Kevin like, let's get up out of here, and they leave. So homegirl is militant. She ain't playing around. Ronnie and Dre find this guy again. This time they don't give a damn. They run up on him, and they tell him, listen, he homeless. He ain't got nowhere to lose. He ain't got nothing to lose, okay? So you gonna tell us where that girl at, or it's about to be some problems. So he said something about he just wants to spend time with her, and she's at the beach on such and such a beach. That's what he said, or whatever he said. He gave them the address of wherever that Keisha was. We see Nina at the house. Nina gets a phone call, and we see her kind of break down. They're telling her that, he could possibly have found her daughter, or the police is calling, because I'm pretty sure they probably contacted the police after they had this conversation to get them to go out there. So then we see Kevin talking to Gemma, and they just chit-chatting about something, and his phone rings. It's his mother, but he doesn't answer the phone, and he kind of puts the phone down, but then he's like, listen, I need to tell you something. So I guess he's going to tell her about his sister at this point. And then we see Nina standing outside, and we see Dre and her, and they walking up to this grassy area, and we see that there's a body in the grassy area. Now, Nina is crying. The body is kind of twisted. We can't really see her face, but we eventually see that this is not Keisha because of the tattoo. Dre says, can you turn the body over so that we can see her back? She has a tattoo. Remember, Nina doesn't know about this, and she does have a tattoo. And so we can see that it's not her. The next shot that we see is her and Kevin, and she's crying to Kevin, just bawling, crying, saying that it's not her, it's not her, it's not her. So sad, y'all. So Tiffany comes home and we see that Emmett has cleaned up. He is taking care of everything that needs to be taken care of. The baby is asleep. The candles are lit. The music is on. And he's ready to pamper his woman. And that's what he does. He rubs her down. You know what I mean? Rubs her feet, gives her a massage, all that you know, the whole 9 yards so he can get some. So he did the right thing. And he did talk to Sonny at some point in the episode. And Sonny is the one who gave him the good advice. Like, man, you need to treat her right. You need to do this. Maybe you need to do something and take some of the weight off of her back. You know, maybe then she will want to have sex with you. And he was like, damn, man, thank you. You know what I'm saying, for that good advice. And he was like, the only reason I could be so wise is because y'all made a lot of mistakes. You know what I mean? Take care of your woman, she gonna take care of you. That's how that works. Mr. Perry and his wife talking in the car, and she's like, I mean, so the boy is not, you know, just for play or whatever. And he was like, nah, I mean, it's more than that, you know. He doesn't say too much about Jake. He just says that he ran for mayor because they told him he couldn't, and this teacher told him. Y'all always be blaming shit on teachers, okay? That lady ain't tell you that, okay? That lady ain't tell you to get no trade. That lady ain't tell you that. She probably just snickered a little bit when you said you want to be the mayor. His teacher told him he need to get a trade, and you know. So part of this is I want to stick it to the man because you told me I couldn't. And the other part of it is he do want to show people from Inglewood that they can do more than be gangsters and, you know, submit themselves to violence and whatnot. But my thing is, sir, the whole reason that you're doing what you're doing is because you're a gangster. That you're even able to run, that you have all this money is because you got that money from tearing up your own community by selling drugs. So, really? Okay. And you still selling drugs. So, it's not going to work at James St. Patrick. Then we see Ronnie down to the church, and he's sitting in the church. The pastor comes in there, and he says that, basically he tells him that the Lord told him that he was supposed to find Keisha. It was his destiny to find her. And pastor's like, you've been talking to the Lord? He spoke to you? Well, no, it wasn't like that. You know what I'm saying? He sent me to the wrong person. He says, well, maybe I can help you so that you can hear him clearer. So they kind of back off from that shot. And I was like, come on, Ronnie, he gonna come on to the Lord? You gonna come on, Come to Jesus while you have time. Come to Jesus. Make up your mind. He will make your life brand new. Oh, he will take care of you. Come to Jesus while you have time. Come on, Ronnie. Take this invitation. Come on to the Lord, Ronnie. Last shot we see of this episode was probably my favorite shot, the way that it was shot cinematographically. We see Nina and Dre smoking a cigarette or a joint or whatever, and they're kind of just sitting there numb. Okay, numb to the world. Like, I'm sorry you had to see that. I'm sorry I didn't tell you about the tattoo. Nina's like, that is the least of my concerns, that tattoo. And she's like, at least it wasn't our daughter. And Nina is like, but it was somebody else's daughter. And as the screen moves out, the doorway we can see them to is like they get smaller and everything else grows bigger. You know, this problem is getting bigger instead of smaller. So I like the way that shot. That was a beautiful shot, and the music was like a little scary. Like, this is horrible. This is a parent's nightmare, basically. So like I said, I thought it was a decent episode. We're really focused on this Keisha storyline, and we've kind of let everything else fall to the wayside, in my personal opinion. But I want to hear what you guys thought about this episode. So don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and share my video with all your friends. If you want to follow me on social media, you absolutely can. At WatchDawnOfA on Instagram is my main thing for my followers. So holla at me right there, and I'll holla at y'all next week. Peace.